Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy, Green Pastures Farm. I just wanted to show you all how we stack our bales. Somebody asked the other day, had I done a bale stacking video? And just to give you a real quick tutorial on what we do here, those are roughly about 7 to 8 inch logs underneath that bale. And that is a 1,200 pound net wrap bale, okay? Our posts that we lay underneath there are 4.5, they can be 4 to 5 feet. 4 feet will work because these are 5x5s. These bales are 5 foot across by 5 foot tall. But the key is, you notice right here, that bale's not touching the ground. Okay, so from this edge of that post to the edge of that post is 24 inches. So anywhere from 22 to 24 inches works best. If you go more than 24 inches, that's from inside to inside, okay? Inside to inside. If you go more than that and you put them, let's say 30 inches apart or 34, don't even bother putting the post on them because all you're doing is wasting your time. The bale is setting on the ground. So here's what happens. When it rains, this is a net wrap bale. Okay, the water hits this netting on the outside and it follows it down all the way to the ground, and it pools in a puddle underneath that bale. And if you got all your bales sitting on the ground that you've either bought or you baled them up on your farm, whatever, if you got them sitting on the ground, by the time you feed them in the wintertime, from about where my finger is all the way across, the bottom 7, 8, 10 inches of that bale is going to be compressed and rotted. Did y'all hear me? That's not cattle feed. That's earthworm food, microbe food, pretty pricey stuff. And the worst thing about it is when all that rots on the bottom of your bale, when you go to hook onto it to unroll it in the wintertime, the netting is rotted and froze into the ground. You can't get the bale off without ripping the netting off. The other thing is this whole bottom section, when you go to unroll it, that first roll that it takes, the first turn, you're going to have, because it's rotted, that whole section is going to go off all the way around that bale. And you're going to have a foot thick mulch that's 12 to 14 feet long, and then it'll start unrolling normally because you got rid of the rotten part. But all you've got, you just killed out your soil. You killed out your soil. That's what you did, because the cattle, when they come in to eat that, they're not going to get all that spread out. And you're going to have 8 to 9 inches of matted, dead, rotten hay laying out in your beautiful pasture, and it's bare dirt next year. Why would you want to do that? That's stupid. The other thing, I gotta hand this one off to Isaac. I wish Isaac was here. He's getting ready for the weekend too. They're putting in their paddocks. I got mine put in over at the bull farm, but put them in there, pet the cat method. Okay, what are we talking about? Well, I'll tell you what we're talking about. Put your hand on your bale and go like that. And if that hair lays down like you're petting a kitty, okay, it's not grabbing my hands, that means you want to hook on that side, okay? So if I go this way, ooh, ouch, 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 it's catching me. Cats don't like you petting their fur backwards. So you pet, Isaac nicknamed it petting the kitty, petting the cat. Always have the hair going away, laying down like you're petting a cat, away from the tongue. So you're backing up over with your tongue on your bale unroller. Make sure the hair is laying down away from the tongue. If this hair is facing the tongue, all your hay is going to come off in about 50 feet. Petting the cat, when you hook it on, this bale, heck, I can go here to that $2 million house over there. I might be able to come halfway back. If I don't go too fast, you can spread that thing out a couple 100 yards sometimes. But if you put it in the opposite direction, in other words, the hair's going this way and I hook on the tongue over here, it's going to all go off. And then you're going to be out there trying to spread it out. So you get a lot more hay spread out, more cattle can get around each bale, and you're spreading more grass seed or more hay seed. Folks, it's a win-win. It absolutely is a win-win. So, we've got 327 head, not counting the bulls, I believe. And we can feed them 2 bales, and they can all get around it. Now, we may have to feed 2 that night, but what I'm saying is, if I put out 2 bales in a bale ring, you're going to be lucky to get 25 head out around each bale ring. I can feed one of these, and I can get 100 on it. I can get 100 cows spread out along that landscape. And what are they doing? They're pooping and they're peeing and they're walking and they're stomping and they're laying down, and they're building soil. They're building soil. Bale ring, you got a 30-foot circle. And in Missouri, it is pugged. Now, this winter it may not be, because we're gonna, if we don't get any rain, you can try bale grazing, but folks, normally when you get a rain, all you got is a mud pit. In Canada, you don't. It freezes 3 foot deep and you're good to go. But anyway, if you're gonna buy hay, make it pay. Get it out there on your landscape. Protect the bottom of your bales. So when you're placing them, make sure you space them about 4 foot apart. These are 5. Enough to get your bale spikes in on the Grey Judy bale unroller. Or, if you got a hydro bed, first of all, I wouldn't use a hydro bed out on my pasture after I learned how damaging it is to my soil. But I've got one. I don't use it. I'm not going to put a 3,000, 35 pound, more than that, time you pick that bale up. You're tramping around that pasture and it's a little sticky out there with a big 4-wheel drive truck and a bale. No. You're going to make ruts. You're going to tear your pasture up. Get you a 750 pound 4-wheeler and a bale unroller. If you can't afford a Grey Judy bale unroller, improvise. I've done it. You can run a steel post through that. I'm sorry, a steel round post, sharpened on the end, and put a chain on each end. I've done that. Don't go downhill though. Go across the hill. Because I was pulling one of these one night by myself in my little Dodge truck, and it came loose. And I'm going down a hill like this, okay? It's dark. I can't see it back to back. I know it's not on the truck anymore. And I'm trying to outrun it, and I'm going down a really steep hill, kind of like that one over there. And when I get to the bottom of the hill, I had a decision to make, because the bale hadn't got me yet. Do I go left, or do I go right, or do I stay where I'm at? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go left. And when I turned left, that bale T-boned me right in the side of the driver's door. It took the whole side of my truck and lifted it up like that. And then I came back down. And it left a really nice hickey on my little red Toyota, and scared the bejeebers out of me. I thought I was going over. And that was the last time I tried to pull one downhill with a spike in the middle of a bale with a log chain on it. But those are fun and exciting times. But when you buy your hay, do you want to give it away? That's what you're doing when you let them rot on the bottom. It doesn't take that much more time. Cut your posts, have them ready ahead of time, or you can use oak pallets, anything to get them up off the ground. Some people stack them up on rock. If it's up on rock, it needs to be up on a hump. Otherwise, that rock's going to pool, and you're still going to have water under your bale. Folks, when we unroll these bales in the winter and we grab onto one, it's like it was baled yesterday. The netting is pristine. The logs have protected my bale from rotting, and I'm getting the full use out of that 1,200 pound net wrap bale. In other words, I didn't lose 30% of it by leaving it set on the ground. So it's up to you. Don't stack them side by side. I see so many people put bales here and then another one right up against it. And when you go to feed that bale in the wintertime, it's going to be rotted the full length of both bales. and it's going to be rotted in about 6 to 8 inches, you ruin the hay. Don't let it touch. Because the rain comes down in between these bales and that section rots. Give them some air. Give them some air. Anyway, we got our bales ready for the winter, and we're going to end up, right now there's 26 bulls in here, but when we wean all the young bulls off in March from this year's calf crop, we're going to end up with probably 50 to 70 bulls in here. So there's 66 acres, and we know we're going to have to supplement a little bit, but hopefully we'll get a rain and we'll grow some more grass, because this is being rested right now. And we definitely got another 2 rotations, but we'll see. Folks, have a good one. Hit that subscribe button on the way out, and keep an eye on that website. We're going to have some really nice South Pole cattle on there. There's going to be some 3-in-1 packages. There's going to be cow-calf pairs, bred back. The cow will be bred back. Heifer calves and bull calves both on these cows. And then there's going to be some bred heifers. There's going to be some open heifers. And these are really nice animals. So somebody's going to get a really nice treat to start a really good grass genetic cattle herd with. Folks, have a good one. Hit the subscribe button on the way out, and we'll see you next time.